Mike Chesterfield with the Clarion Fire Department. This is Chuck Bartley with both two of the assistant chiefs here. We're standing here today with our brand new 2022 Pierce Enforcer rescue pumper. This rescue pumper will hopefully serve our community for the next 25 plus years. We're going to do a little bit of a walk around with it, show you the highlights of the vehicle. We'll open up some compartments and get to show you around it. So, front part of the cab, it is an 8-person cab. In the front, this is where our driver's going to sit. Very ergonomic, lots of space compared to the older apparatus. I'm going to turn the lights on so we get to see a little bit of stuff. You can hop up in there if you want. So up in front, like I said, a lot more room than previous trucks. Very spacious. It's got air conditioning, heaters, everything like that. We come around to the rear side here. This will be the crew compartment. Seating for 6, 4 across the back, 2 up front. Air packs are built into the seats. We got compartment space up overhead where we can store some high-vis vests for while we're out on the interstate. Radios for the firefighters if they're getting out and have to do traffic control, go into fires, things like that. They can keep contact with us. Any sort of PPE, gloves, gowns, and things like that that we would need to assist with. Any sort of patient care or anything like that. It's all kept in here, and that's again where our crew goes. Over here is kind of the heart of the truck. It's a 2,000 gallon per minute pump. Inside we carry 1,000 gallons of water and 30 gallons of foam, which is right there. So again, this truck can handle anything from house fire to vehicle fires. Its first fire was the other night. We had a tractor trailer fire out on the interstate, and the truck performed without any hitches and glitches. So it was pretty nice to see it up and running within 24 hours of us getting it. We carry crosslays right here. They're pre-connected to the truck. 250 feet of 2.5-inch hose, and right now these are stacked with 300 feet of 1 3/4, which we can break and disconnect. If we need to do a shorter line, we can get those onto here. Large intake for hooking up the hydrants. Inside each compartment, we spent a lot of time going through the planning process of what we needed for what this truck's going to do. One thing was, we started talking about a big tool chest. Carries every sort of hand tool from screwdrivers to hacksaws to wrenches and whatnot. Also storage for all of our adapters that we keep inside there. As we go down here, we were able to work with the local company in town, Clarion Electric, and they started to help us outsource it with a bunch of Milwaukee tools, Milwaukee battery powered tools, grinders, sawzalls, different types of wrenches, that again will help us with any sort of extrication that we may have to get to. The way vehicles are built anymore, we're not really focused on cutting and spreading really quick, a lot more of taking it apart with the way that electrical is with the vehicles and everything like that. So everything's mounted on these tool boards, which definitely would be some space saving. We built it in mind with growth, so not everything is taken up right now. We still have room to grow. We move on down, some bolt cutters getting into different various ways. And on the back side, we have some other hand tools that are used for firefighting, from small hooks down to Halligans and different axes and things like that. We're working on getting the rest of this stuff in here yet, but we have an assortment of different extinguishers, from dry chemical to water to foam to CO2 extinguishers. And we have our one saw right now. We're waiting on another saw to come in, along with a couple different gas cans that we're going to keep in here. But nice slide out trays that allow us easy access, and we're not reaching in, bending over, or anything like that. As we were building it, that was the one thing, was firefighter safety, not lifting up and bending over hard or anything like that and hurting our firefighters. Inside above the wheel well, we have air bottle storage, which would replace the air bottles on our backs. If we run out of air, we can come out of the fire or out of the bad zone and go ahead and get another bottle on us and things like that. So all throughout the truck, wherever you see one of these, just some more air bottle storage. Back compartment, got a nice big leaf blower. If we're out on the interstate, a motor vehicle accident, need to clear debris off the road. Very easy to fire that up and go ahead and clean it off. Can also be used on grass fires to help put brush fires out and things like that. Cooler full of ice water, some salvage tarps, slide it out. Got battery powered ventilation fan, winch, some chains. Again, just a multitude of different situations that we might be getting into. You know, we just try and carry as much as we can. Up top, we have 4 coffin compartments stacked with things for oil dry and hazmat pads, hazmat suits, rope rescue. All that stuff's kind of stored up top, the stuff we don't use on a day-to-day basis, more specific scenarios. But nice drop-down ladder again, firefighter safety getting all the way up to the top. Got different points where the firefighters can grab onto to get in there. Bunch of different storage here. We got something that's called an attic ladder. It's a folding ladder, hard suction for rafting. Ladder storage is here. On the inside here, we have a backup Hurst hydraulic generator, some heavy duty pads that we could use if we're using our airbags, a short length of 5-inch hose, some more hard suction, our pike poles that we would use to rip down ceilings or anything like that. And then up above that, we have a Stokes basket for getting anybody out of in the woods or up a steep embankment or anything like that. Up top here, Chuck, you want to grab that one? Drop that down. We have our large diameter hose along with some 2.5-inch hose right now, hooking up the fire hydrants and securing ourselves with adequate water supply when we need to. Coming around this side of the truck, we call this the officer side of the truck. This whole side is meant to be about vehicle rescue and extrication. So traffic control, we have cones, pop-up cones, road flares for safety. And then as we come down here, vehicle stabilization, we have some quick auto cribbers, which will adjust as we lift the vehicle up. And then if we have a truck that's unstable or partial building collapse, we have these telecribs, which could be spread out and create instant stabilization. Coming around this compartment, we carry, it's called cribbing. Be used again for shoring up stabilizations, a bunch of different sizes from 6x6, 4x4s down to 2x4s, and a bunch of different wedges that we can do again to help stabilize and everything like that. Last compartments on this side is going to be basically our hydraulics and air powered. So we have airbags that we can inflate to lift, some step chocks, various cutting tools here. And then down on the bottom, everybody's heard of the Jaws of Life. So here's our Jaws compartment with rams. Got the hoses to hook up to the hydraulic generator and different cutters and spreaders that are all here on this nice slide out. Again, ergonomically built, nice and low, hip height, so a firefighter can grab it nice and low, carrying it where they should. And then just getting back around this side, some more discharges, intakes. Being that this truck has a 2,000 gallon per minute pump, we went with a large diameter discharge. This is fantastic for us, being that we have the aerial ladder truck. So we can feed that aerial ladder truck with as much water as we can get into this truck and kind of get the most bang for our buck. Coming around, just kind of the officer's seat, more passenger stuff. And then what we did was we added what's called a front bumper line. We can fold this down, this pops up, and we have a foam line right here in the front bumper, which we can use on vehicle fires, trash fires, things like that. So, all in all, we're super excited to have the truck. I know we're gonna go outside, we're gonna turn some lights on and get to see what it looks like out in the daylight. And again, we're just really excited, and thank you to all of our donors that have helped us get this truck, and for everybody that has contributed in any of the fundraisers, mailers, and all that stuff. We go outside, we're going to show you a telescopic light that's on here. Can't do it in here, it reaches up 15 feet in the sky. So we'll be back here in a couple minutes.